episode of the Daily Dog presented by SGPN. I'm your host, Britton Hess, and I'll give you a little bit of insight on what this show is. Every day, I'm going to give you at least 3 plays for Underdog Fantasy. So if the higher lower markets are a place where you like to be active, be sure to subscribe to the Daily Dog to get your Daily Dog picks. I'm mostly a tennis, MLB, and UFC handicapper, also NFL, also college, also basketball, also hockey. Depending on what the sports are on and what are the good odds available, that's what I'm making picks on. So we're going to run a grab bag throughout the course of this show. And starting with today, we've got 2 in baseball and 1 in tennis. But before we get to that, I want to let you know that you can sign up for Underdog Fantasy with promo code DailyDog for an up to $250 deposit bonus. Again, that's promo code DailyDog on Underdog Fantasy, and that's DAILYDOG, Daily Dog, Underdog Fantasy. So let's get right into my first pick. I'm going to be targeting Jeff McNeil, batting in the back of the order for the Mets against Mackenzie Gore and the Washington Nationals today. This play stuck out to me just because of the hitter versus pitcher matchup, and this is crazy for McNeil. He's had 8 plate appearances, and he's gone 6 of 7 from the plate. All 6 of those hits have been singles. I mean, obviously he's not going to bat 86% versus Mackenzie Gore for the rest of his life, but I do like this spot. I think that Jeff McNeil, he's a good hitter against lefties. About 291 for his career is his average. Right now he's about 245 on the season, but I don't think that I don't think that he is going to regress against McNeil. I think that if he gets 3 at bats, he should be getting on base at least once with at least a single. So I feel really good about this. He's, oh my God, sorry, I lost my notes, but whatever. He's good versus Gore. He's good versus lefties. He's on a hitting streak 2 of his last 3 games, so he's seen the ball well. I think that Jeff McNeil at 0.8x multiplier in an underdog matchup is a good place to be. Next, I'm going to go with the French Open, Holger Rune versus Alex Zverev. This should be about 12 p.m. Eastern. It's scheduled for earlier than that, but all these matches have been running late. There's been weather delays. There's been all sorts of stuff that has been making these matches very watchable, which is very appreciated because they're playing in Europe. It's not usually the best time zones, especially for people like me on the West Coast. So I'm going to be taking Zverev to lose at least 1 set against Holger Rune. This is going to be Holger Rune's 14th. Sorry, we got a cat trying to get in on the Daily Dog right now. Dude, go sit down. So this is going to be Holger Rune's 14th match in the French Open. Did I say Australian earlier? I hope I didn't say Australian opener. But hey, it's my first episode. I'll make some mistakes like that. But yeah, this is the French Open. Holger Rune's playing against Alexander Zverev, and the play on Underdog is Alexander Zverev to lose more than half of a set. So Holger Rune's had 13 matches in the French Open in his career. He's won a set in all of them. He's made the quarterfinals in every one of his prior French Opens, which is only 2 because he's only 21 years old. If he wins this match against Alexander Zverev, he'll be back in the quarterfinals. I'm not saying he's going to win this match because Zverev has been in the semifinals of the French Open the last 2 years, but I do believe that Holger Rune is going to be tough enough to win at least 1 set in this match. It's actually crazy because a guy like Zverev who has so much power, he's a veteran. He knows that if he gets up 1 set, he gets up two sets, he might take 1 slow and let Holger Rune wear himself out while Zverev recovers. So there's a great shot that Zverev is going to let Holger Rune win a set. So I'm playing Alexander Zverev higher than 0.5 sets lost against Holger Rune. And also I should note that these guys played each other once I think it was in 2022. They played on clay in Munich. Holger Rune won that match 2-0, so he's not going to be intimidated by the 6'6" German in this matchup. So again, that is Alexander Zverev to lose higher than half of a set against Holger Rune. And that's a 0.7 multiplier. So we're playing a little conservative on this first day. The Jeff McNeil play is a 0.8x multiplier. This is a 0.7x multiplier, but our third play is the full multiplier, and that's going to be Tyler Anderson, lower than 5.5 hits allowed against the San Diego Padres. So he's only allowed 6+ hits in 3 of 11 starts so far this season, and the Padres are in the bottom third of the league in average versus lefties. They're also in the bottom third of OBP, and they're just really not hitting lefties all that well throughout the course of this season. Additionally, Tyler Anderson spent some time with the Dodgers. He's seen this team plenty. In those 6 games that he faced the Padres with the Dodgers, he only allowed 6 or more hits one time. So yeah, the teams change, the venues change. It's obviously there's a lot of variables that have shifted since those matchups in 2022. But that I'm just it's just good. He in the back of his mind, he knows that he has played well against the Padres before, and it doesn't hurt that the Padres are not that good against lefties. He's also fared well individually against the top guys in the Padres matchup throughout the course of his career. He's only seen Arise once. Arise went 1 for 3. I guess that's going to happen. I mean, it's Luis Arise. He's the best contact hitter in the sport, and it's really not even close. Fernando Tatis is 0 for 7 against Tyler Anderson, and Jurickson Profar is 4 for 18. So I guess that's a decent average, but it's nothing too crazy, especially with a sample size of at least 18 at bats. Manny Machado has seen Tyler Anderson 26 times. He's 4 for 26 with 26 at-bats against Tyler Anderson. Not a great average. Jake Cronenworth, even worse, 2 for 21 against Tyler Anderson. So I really think that Tyler Anderson is going to do well in this matchup. I don't think they're going to be hitting him around the yard. And also the Padres are coming home from a road trip, so it could be a sleepy spot for them. Tyler Anderson's not a pitcher that gets much respect because he doesn't have big K numbers. He's a ground ball hitter or a ground ball pitcher. He doesn't do it in a very sexy fashion, but he gets the job done. I'm happy to take a guy like Tyler Anderson and put him in this slip. When you put these 3 plays together, which are Jeff McNeil, back of the order for the Mets, to have higher than half of a total base against the Washington Nationals, Alexander Zverev to lose higher than half a set against Holger Rune, and Tyler Anderson to allow lower than 5.5 hits against the Padres. You're going to get a 3.18 multiplier on your money. If that was $10, you'd get 31.80 back. So I definitely love these plays. There is a lot to sink your teeth into here, and it's going to give you action throughout the whole day. Risk a little, you can win a decent chunk here, and I think that all of these plays are pretty much locks. Sorry, the Daily Dog cat is trying to get back into the frame. So yeah, that's the first episode. Good luck with your plays. Let's make some money on this show, and I will be documenting every play that I give out on this show, so you can follow along and see how we do. I think that we're going to find lots of ways to exploit this underdog market and build some bankroll here. Once again, if you're new to Underdog, I recommend the app. There's a lot of other more or less apps out there. Obviously Prize Picks is the big one. DraftKings got involved with one recently. The deepest menu in these more or less markets is on Underdog, and they have promos every day, which are also a great way to build bankroll. So if you're new to Underdog, sign up with promo code DAILYDOG, and it's DAILYDOG, to get up to a $250 deposit match bonus. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to doing these every single day, Monday through Friday. Let's win some money today.